What would you do if everything you loved was slowly slipping away? This is the story of Amina, a young girl from an African village whose courage and determination will inspire you. In today's video, we'll follow Amina's journey from her drought-stricken village to the crowded streets of a bustling city. It's a story of facing unimaginable odds, chasing dreams, and finding hope in the most unlikely places. This is more than just Amina's story. It's a story that reflects the dreams and challenges of many around the world. Stay with us to discover how one girl's courage can inspire us all. We'll see Amina's family face tough choices, experience their difficult journey to the city, and witness a life-changing moment that could alter her future forever. Make sure to watch until the end to see how Amina's story unfolds and how you can be a part of her inspiring journey.
The journey of Amina. In a small village, nestled along the banks of the Niger River in a country where the Sahel meets the savannah, lived a young girl named Amina. Her village, Kawi, was a tight-knit community of farmers and fishermen who had lived in harmony with the land for generations. The life was simple, but the people were happy. However, for many years now, life in Kawi had been growing more difficult. Amina was 14 years old, with bright, intelligent eyes and a spirit that seemed too big for her small village. Her father, Baba, was a farmer. Like most men in Kawi, he grew millet and sorghum and kept a small herd of goats. Amina's mother, Mariam, was a weaver, known for her beautiful indigo-dyed fabrics. Every day, Amina helped her parents in the fields or at the loom, but in her heart, she dreamed of becoming a doctor. She wanted to heal people and bring new hope to her village. But the past few years had been cruel to the people of Kawi. The rains had become erratic, often arriving late or not at all. When they did come, they were often in the form of violent storms that washed away the crops. The river, which once swelled with fish, had started to run low, its once abundant waters now reduced to a trickle. Desertification was spreading, pushing the sand further and further into fertile lands. The climate was changing, and it was leaving the people of Kawi in a constant state of anxiety. One evening, as Amina's family gathered around their small fire to eat, her father spoke in a grave tone. "We must think about leaving," he said. "There is no rain and the crops are dying. The goats have nothing to eat. We cannot survive like this." Mariam's eyes widened in fear. "Leave? But where will we go?" "To the city," Baba replied, his voice heavy with resignation. "Maybe we can find work there. Maybe there is hope there." Amina's heart sank. She had heard stories about the city, stories of crowded streets, of poverty, of children begging for food. She didn't want to leave the only home she had ever known, but she knew her father was right. There was nothing left in Kawi but dust and dry earth. The next day, Amina and her family packed their few belongings onto a cart pulled by their last remaining donkey. They joined several other families from their village on the road to the capital, Niamey, hundreds of kilometers away. The journey was long and harsh. They traveled under the relentless sun through desolate landscapes with little food or water. Along the way, they passed other villages that had been abandoned, their houses crumbling and empty. After many days of walking, they finally reached the outskirts of Niamey. The city was bustling, filled with people from all over the country who had come seeking refuge from the drought. Amina had never seen so many people in her life. The noise, the dust, and the smell overwhelmed her senses. Her father found a small plot of land in a crowded slum where they could build a makeshift shelter. It wasn't much, but it was a place to call home. Baba found work as a laborer at a construction site, while Mariam took her weaving skills to the market. But life in the city was hard. The money they earned was barely enough to buy food. Amina missed her village, the wide open fields, and the sound of the river. But she was determined not to let her dreams die. She found a small school nearby that offered free classes to children from the slums. Every day after helping her mother at the market, Amina would go to the school. She studied hard, determined to learn everything she could. One day, as Amina sat in class, a group of people arrived at the school. They were from a local organization that offered scholarships to promising students. They talked about the importance of education and how it could change lives. Amina listened with hope swelling in her chest. At the end of their visit, they announced that they would be selecting one student for a full scholarship to continue their education in a better school. Amina knew this was her chance. She studied harder than ever, often by candlelight, while her family slept in their small shelter. She read every book she could find, asked countless questions, and dreamed of the day when she might be chosen. Months passed, and the day of the scholarship announcement finally arrived. The headmaster called Amina's name. She had been chosen. For a moment, she couldn't believe it. Tears filled her eyes as she ran to the front of the room to accept her scholarship. Her classmates cheered, and her heart felt lighter than it had in months. That evening, she ran home to tell her parents the news. Baba smiled for the first time in weeks, and Mariam hugged her tightly. "You see," her mother whispered, "there is always hope." The journey was far from over, but Amina knew she had taken the first step towards her dream. She would become a doctor, and one day she would return to Kauai, not just to heal her people, but to help them find a way to live in harmony with the changing world. She understood now that the struggle would be long and hard, but she also knew that with courage and determination, she could carve out a future for herself, her family, and her village. And so, with renewed hope in her heart, Amina embraced the challenge ahead, ready to face whatever lay before her.
Amina's story shows us that no matter how tough the journey, hope and determination can light the way forward. What dreams do you hold on to no matter the challenges? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your stories of resilience and hope. If you enjoyed this story, please give this video a thumbs up. Share it with someone who needs a bit of inspiration today. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more stories that touch the heart. Stay tuned for more amazing stories from around the world. Next time, we'll be exploring another incredible journey of courage and determination. Thank you for joining us on Amina's journey. Remember, every challenge is an opportunity to rise above. Until next time, stay inspired.